Hello everyone. In the last two classes, I have discussed about, I have clearly explained about nodal analysis. Okay, in the today's class, I will discuss about previous gate questions, some of the previous gate questions. Okay. First question is, in the given circuit, find out the voltage drop across 12 ohms resistance. Okay. Nodal analysis, the first step is you have to identify the principal nodes. What is the principal node? It is a node on the circuit at which at least three branches to be connected. Okay, should be connected. So see, first find out the nodes to which at least three branches are connected. See, this is one node, so this is one principal node. Let us denote it by V1. This is another node. Let us denote it by V2. This is another one, and this is another one. Why? Because this node is connected by three branches. Okay, V3 and V4. Since no element is there between V3 and V4, these two can be treated as one node and call it as V3. V3, and let this be reference node, and we can call these two as non-reference nodes. Okay. Now, before going to solve this question, I will explain about how to find out potential difference between 2 points on a given circuit. For example, let us consider 2 points Vx and Vy on the 2 points, just like this is V2, V3 or V1 and V2. Okay, these are the 2 points on a given circuit. How to find out the potential difference between these two, I will tell you now. So let there be a resistor, a voltage source, another resistor and another voltage source. Okay, let this be R1, V1, R2, V2. Okay, we'll see how to find out the potential difference between Vx and Vy. Okay, it is similar to, let us suppose we have some amount, Ai initial amount. Okay, this amount we have invested in business 1, business 2 and business 3. Okay, and let the leftover amount be AF. Okay, so in the business 1 we got a loss of some amount. Let us call it as delta A1 is the amount, that is the amount we lost in this business, and the delta A2 will be the amount gained in the business 2, and delta A3 be the amount gained in the business 3. So if you add up all these and then add to the AI, you will get the final amount. Okay, I think you followed now. Loss means minus delta A1. Gain means plus delta A2 plus delta A3. Okay, if you add up all these amounts, okay, and then the result is added to the initial amount, which will be equal to final amount. Okay, same logic can be applied to this voltage also. What is the difference? That is the, if you assume Vx as initial voltage and Vy as final voltage, that is, okay, it is similar to the amount, final amount, and this Vx is similar to initial amount. So we can frame the equation like this now. Vx is nothing but initial plus sigma delta V is equal to Vy. So delta V is nothing but the sum of voltages and algebraic sum of voltages and voltage drops between Vx and Vy. So this total should be equal to Vy. Okay. Algebraic sum means we should have the sign convention. We should know the sign convention now. If there is any rise in potential, we take the sign of that voltage or voltage drop as positive. If there is a fall in potential, we take the sign of that voltage source or voltage drop as negative. Okay, That is sign convention. Okay, apply this equation and that sign convention and find out this frame equation. We will find out the potential difference between these 2 points, Vx and Vy. Okay, so Vx, before finding the equation, you should know the flow of current now. Let us assume that current is flowing from Vx to Vy. Then, before framing the equation, you just mark the polarities. Let this be I. So, what is the voltage drop here? IR1. And this is energy absorbing element, so it should enter positive terminal and leave from the negative terminal. Okay. Similarly, here also it is plus minus IR2. So this is very important. Now we move from Vx to Vy now by applying this equation Vx. Here it is fall in potential plus to minus. So it is minus IR1. Now here positive to negative fall in potential. So it is minus V1. Here also it is drop plus to minus fall in potential. So it is minus IR2. Here we are moving from, that is rise in voltage, lower to rise in potential, low to high. Okay, it is plus V2 is equal to Vy. That, okay, when we move from Vx to Vy, this is the equation. So this equation can be reduced to I is equal to Vx initial value minus final value Vy. And what about the voltage drop in potential? So minus V1, here it is rise in potential plus V2 by total resistances R1 plus R2. So this is the equation. Okay, this equation is applied in the nodal analysis. If we want to find out the potential difference between two nodes. Potential difference is known, then we can find out the current. So that potential difference by resistance gives the current in that branch. Okay. If we move from this end also, we will get the same equation. Let us move from this end. If we move from this end, then Vy plus sigma delta V is equal to Vx. So Vy, so if we move from this end, here it is fall in potentials minus V2, here rise in potential plus IR2, here rise in potential plus V1, here also rise plus IR1 is equal to Vx. So from this equation we have the same thing, I is equal to Vx minus Vy minus V1 plus V2 by R1 plus R2. Okay. So we can apply this method in the circuits, in the nodal analysis circuits. Okay. This is very important. If you could understand this, doing this type of problems can be very easy. Okay. Okay. Now let us find out E naught now. How to find out E naught? To find out E naught, V2 is required. So let us try to find out V1 and V2 by applying KCL at these points V1 and V2, at this node V1 and V2. Let us mark the currents now. 8 amperes flowing towards V1 and let I1 be the current which is moving from V1 to V3, and I2 is moving from V1 to V2 and I3 is moving from V2 to reference node, and let this be I4. Let us apply Kirchhoff current law now at V1. What is the Kirchhoff current law? Algebraic sum of currents meeting at a node is equal to 0. Now let us find out the algebraic sum now. Sign of currents approaching node is taken as negative and the currents leaving the node, sign of currents leaving the node is taken as positive. So minus 8 plus I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. So I1 plus I2 is equal to 8. What is I1? I1 is V1 minus V3 by 10. We can apply this equation now. I1 is V1 minus V3. There are no voltage sources, so V1 minus V3 by 10. You can apply this equation directly. So I1 is equal to what? V1 minus V3 is 0 by 10 plus I2. I2 you can apply this equation. and current is moving from V1 to V2. So it is V1 minus V2. That is the potential difference between these 2 points. If any voltage source is there, then you have to add a subtract. If it is rise in potential, if there is rise in potential, that voltage has to be added to this. If there is in fall in potential, that voltage source has to be deducted from this. By resistance is 2 ohms equal to 8. Now multiply on LHS and RHS by 10, then you get V1 plus 5V1 minus 5V2 is equal to 80. So 6V1 minus 5V2 is equal to 80. Okay, question number 1. Now here at V1 we have applied KCL. Now at node V2 let us apply KCL now. Let us apply KCL. So at V2 currents approaching I2. So minus I2 leaving I3 plus I4 equal to 0. What is I2? I2 is V1 minus V2. I2 is V1 minus V2 by resistance is 2 ohms plus I3. I3 is V2 minus 0, that is V2 minus V3. Then next voltage source, there is a fall in potential, so minus 16 by 6. I3 is over. Next plus I4. I4 is V2 minus 0, that is V3 by 12 is equal to 0. You multiply on LHS and RHS by 12, then you will get minus 6V1 plus 6V2 plus V2 plus 2V2 minus 32 plus V2 equal to 0. Then it is reduced to 6V1 plus 9V2 equal to is it 32? Equal to 32. Equation number 2, if you add these two, you will get V1, add this 6V1 plus minus 5V2 is equal to 8. Here it is 80. So add these two, then you will get 4V2 is equal to 112, then V2 is equal to 28. V2 is equal to 28 volts. Then how to find out E2? You again apply the same equation here now. So V2 minus E0 E2 minus E0 is equal to 0. So V2 is equal to E0. So E0 is equal to 28 volts is the answer. Okay, next second question. Second question, find out I in this branch having 1 ohm resistance, 1 ohm resistor. Okay, let us see how to find out. Okay, first step is we have to identify the number of principal nodes. How many principal nodes are there? The basic definition is principal node should have at least 3 branches. So how many branches are there here? 1, 2, 3. So it can be treated as a principal node. Let this be V1. In another node is there, second one is there, let this be V2. V2. Only 2 are there. So out of these 2, one can be treated as a reference node. Let this be a reference node. So V2 is equal to 0. Here between these 2 points, no element is there, so we can connect this to V1. This point, this node we can connect. This can be connected to this node like this. Okay, this also can be connected like this to the reference node. This is V2. Let us mark the currents now. This current is approaching, okay, already given 2 amperes, and let this be I1. No, this is IS already given this is IS, and let this be I1, and let this be I already given I. Then how to find out currents? We'll see now. Let us consider this branch now. Okay. V1 minus V2 by 2 is equal to I1. Okay. And V1 by 1 is equal to I. V1 by 1 is equal to I. And in this branch, for this branch, this is V1 minus 10 by 10. My V1 minus 10 is equal to V2. So V1 minus 10 is equal to 0. So V1 is equal to 10. Okay. So I can write here V1 is equal to 10 volts. V1 is equal to 10 volts. Since V1 is equal to 10 volts, we can get this I1. V1 is equal to 10 minus V2 is 0 by 2 is equal to I1. So I1 is equal to 5 amps, and I is equal to 10 by 1 is equal to 10 amps. So I is equal to 10. B is right. And I1 is 5 amperes. 5 amperes. Okay, to find out IS, the second question, IS and VS is to be calculated. Let us find out IS now. Let us apply at V1, let us apply KCL. What are the currents approaching? Minus 2, 2 is approaching, so minus 2. IS is leaving plus IS. I1 is leaving plus 2. I is leaving plus 10 equal to 0. So IS is equal to 2. I1 is 5. 5. 15 minus 2 is 13. So IS is equal to minus 13 amperes. Then how to find out VS now? Let us consider this branch now. That is V1. A resistor is there. Okay. And I am writing this VS like this, denoting VS by battery like this. VS. Since from V1 is falling potential, high to low. VS, then V2. And the current is 2 amperes is flowing. 2 amperes. So mark the polarities of this voltage drop. Since current is entering here, it should enter positive and negative, since it is an absorbing element and resistance is 5 ohms. So drop here will be 10 volts. So you move from V1 to V2. So V1 is rising potential plus 10, then minus Vs is equal to V2. V2 is 0. And V1 is 10. So 10 plus 10 minus Vs equal to 0. So therefore Vs is equal to 20. So IS comma VS is minus 13 comma 20. This is the right option. Okay, now let us move on to third question now. Okay, next third question. Find R in the given circuit. Okay. As the nodal analysis procedure, for the first step, let us identify the principal nodes. So, since here three branches are connected, this is first principal node, second principal node, and this is third principal node, and this is fourth one. This is fourth one. Okay. We identify the principal nodes, and the data node is V4, which is equal to 0. In branch V1, V4, only one voltage source is there. So let us apply KVL to this branch now. V4, which is equal to 0, 100 volts. So V1 minus 100 is equal to V4, which is equal to 0. So V1 is equal to 100. So we know the value of V1. Already V1. V1 is equal to 100. And consider this branch now, V3, V4 now. V3 40 watt, 40 volts, and then V4. So V3 minus 40 is equal to V4. So V3 is equal to, V4 is equal to 0, so V3 is equal to 40. Right here V4 is equal to 40 volts. Okay. To find out R, we should know the current in this branch and also V1 and V3. Okay. For finding the current in this branch, we should know the current here also. Here current is known. To find the current in this branch, then by applying KCL at this node, you can find the current in this branch. Now let us find out V2 now. By applying KCL at node V2, let us apply KCL. Let the currents be, let this be I1, let this be I2, let this be I3, let this be I4. Now apply KCL at node V2. Approaching I1 is approaching, so minus I1, and I3 is approaching, minus I3, I4 is leaving, plus I4 is equal to 0. I1 is what? I1 is V1 minus V2 by 14. Minus I3 is moving from V3 to V2, so it is V3 minus V2 by 1, plus I4 is V2 minus V4 by 2 equal to 0. By substituting V1 is equal to 100 and V4 is equal to 40. Not V4, V3 is equal to 40. Let us substitute now. V1 is equal to 100 minus V2 minus V3 is 40. Not V4, V3 is 40. 40 minus V2 plus V2 minus 0 by 1, here by 14, here by 2 equal to 0. By solving this, you will get V2 is equal to 30 volts. Now we know V1 and V2. So V1 minus V2 by 14 is equal to I1, which is equal to V1 is 100 minus 30 by 14, which is equal to 5 amps. So I1 is equal to 5 amperes. Now we can find out I2 now by applying KCL at node V1. Apply KCL at node V1 now. At V1, apply KCL. Apply KCL. 10 ampere is approaching, minus 10. I1 is leaving plus 5, I2 is also leaving plus I2 equal to 0. So I2 is equal to 5 amperes. So I2 is known now. How to find out R? R is nothing but V1 minus V3 by R is equal to I2. Okay, I will erase here and then write that equation. V1 R and then V3. R is not known. Current is I2 is equal to 5 amperes. Move from V1 to V3 or directly can write I2 is equal to V1 minus V3 by R. Is equal to what is I2? 5. What is V1? V1 is 100. V3 is 40. By 5 is equal to R. So R is equal to 60 by 5. 12 ohms. 12 ohms is the right answer. Okay. With this session is over. If you have any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. Thank you.